Hello everyone, this is FTC Team 9511 Low Voltage, and welcome to this short tutorial on creating your first FTC program. So to start, we want to go to the FTC GitHub and select the most recent software release. For the Freight Frenzy season, this is FTC Robot Controller. And we want to go ahead and clone that into Android Studio. Once that is done, we can go ahead and create our new Java class. As you know, the first 30 seconds of every FTC game is called the autonomous period, in which your robot must operate completely independent of the drivers. To start our autonomous program, we want to go ahead and extend linear op mode. And you'll notice this red line, and so press Alt, Enter, and implement methods. Finally, we want to declare this as an autonomous program, and if you would like, give it a name. Right. Now that our op mode is created, we want to go ahead and initialize our motors. So for this example, I'm going to write a program with 4 base driving motors and a basic autonomous program. So we can go ahead and create the variables. So for example, now that that's done, at the beginning, during initialization, we want to define these motors. Now the letters inside the green code are especially important because these letters exactly, case sensitive, is what you're going to have to put in the robot configuration. Usually with your driving motors, you'll have 2 motors that have to be reversed. So in order to do that, we can switch the direction like so. Now that all of our motors are initialized, um, after our initialization, before we wait for the driver to press the start button, we have to do a quick command called wait for start. Everything following the wait for start is what happens in the autonomous. So for example, if you want to move forward, you can do this. So this sets all driving motors to the maximum power, which is 1. But what follows is especially important because now that you set power 1 to all the motors, it doesn't know what to do after that. So by adding a sleep in milliseconds, it sets power to 1, waits for a second, and then you can set all motors to 0. Finally, one more really important thing that a lot of teams use in autonomous is the use of functions. So right now you have all 4 motors set to power 1 for 1 second and then turn them off. But you'll see that there's a lot of redundancy that we can eliminate through the use of functions. For example, here I've created a function called move forward that takes 2 parameters, the power and the time, sets all 4 powers, set all 4 motors to that power, sleeps for that time, and then sets all of them to 0. So we can replace all of this and do the same thing like this. As you can see, that makes our code much more concise.